The Miami Heat are probably one of the most dangerous 8Cs I have ever seen. They went to Madison Square Garden and they got a huge victory over the New York Knicks. And this victory that the Miami Heat just secured is probably the most unique victory they have had in a while. In today's video, we will be going over the 3 players that stepped up the most on the Miami Heat and breaking down how they really stepped up to get the victory. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new, as I realize that more than 90% of you guys are not subscribed. Enough me talking, let's get right on to the first player that stepped up the most on the Miami Heat, and this was most definitely Gabe Vincent. Right when the game started, Gabe Vincent set the tone. He hit a 3-pointer, he hit a mid-range bucket, and he was just firing on all cylinders. Gabe Vincent's making a name for himself, and I'm gonna tell you, the next time he gets a contract, it's gonna be some big money. Vincent dropped 20 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal, and he's giving me flashbacks of a Jalen Brunson, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry mix. And the reason why I say this is because Gabe Vincent is a very shifty dribbler, and he showed it in today's game. And a good example of this was when Gabe Vincent got a screen from Bam Adebayo, but he went through the legs to go the opposite way, and once he got into the mid-range, Vincent stayed calm and he pump faked, and it got Josh Hart to jump and give him a wide open mid-range bucket. And Gabe Vincent's composure here once again reminds you of a Kyle Lowry or Brunson, as they do not rush their buckets. They can pump fake 10,000 times just to get a wide open bucket. Enough for Gabe Vincent, let's move on to the second player that stepped up the most on the Miami Heat, and this was Kyle Lowry. Jack Harlow was sitting courtside, and apparently Kyle Lowry landed on his lap, and right when this happened, Jack Harlow took to Instagram and he said that Kyle Lowry actually has a very fat badonkey-donk. So ladies, take some notes. But in all seriousness, Kyle Lowry stepped up for the Miami Heat when they needed him the most. When Jimmy Butler rolled his ankle, this is when prime Kyle Lowry was unlocked. He was out here organizing the offense, and Jimmy Butler were just sitting there in the corner, and he was just spreading out the space while Kyle Lowry gave Jimmy Butler some rest, and Kyle Lowry hit some crazy mid-range shots. You know, it reminded me of Kyle Lowry back when he was with the Raptors. Kyle Lowry dropped 18 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and you know, the craziest stat was that Kyle Lowry had 4 blocks in the game. The man is literally a bulldog. He will play the best defense on a guy twice his size. But one thing I really love about Kyle Lowry is his ability to use triple threat moves and not even dribble the ball to get a wide open shot. A good example of this is when Kyle Lowry gets the ball in the right wing, he pump fakes, and then he jab steps Hartenstein, and that gives him enough room for a wide open 3-point shot. Now let's move on to the third player that stepped up for the Miami Heat, and this was Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler scored multiple points, and he scored it in the most easy way possible as he made some nice cuts to the basket. But the one thing that I loved about his game tonight was his ability to get steals and go into the transition and give other players the ball. A good example of his defense is on this play when Jimmy Butler anticipates the pass, he rips it out of Brunson's hand, and this leads to Jimmy Butler taking the ball down in transition, but he knows that he has to attract 2 players because he sees a wide open Gabe Vincent and he kicks it to him for a wide open 3. Jimmy Butler also scored the ball so viciously tonight, and he was boxing out Josh Hart so hard that Hart had no chance at even contesting it. And this led to Jimmy Butler having 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. And when we take this into consideration, this is technically a mediocre game for Jimmy Butler, and that's how good he is. But near the end of the game, Jimmy Butler sprained his ankle, so let's not hope this is a big deal for Miami fans, because without Jimmy Butler, it's going to be pretty hard to take down the Knicks. Let me know who's going to take the series, the Miami Heat or the New York Knicks, because this series could be a very close one, knowing that Butler is going to have a very annoying ankle injury. But that's been all for your boy Muvsy Hoops. I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button. Let's get this video to 500 likes, and if you want to stay up to date with the latest NBA news, make sure you smash the subscribe button.